will hit. On with the show, this is it.
There we go. We got it. We got a twofer. We got a twofer 2 days in a row. Very unusual, but we accommodate. We do what we can for you, the people. Yeah. So we got a great one today. A wonderful one today, and we also always have today Angela Curry. What's going on, Angela?
Not much. How are you? Happy Sunday.
Happy Easter.
Happy Sunday. Happy Lord's Day.
Sure.
I mean, technically, but yeah.
Why not?
Anyway,
yeah, we're here. We made it. We're doing two in a row. 2 in a row, Angela.
I know. This is exciting
and exhausting.
You know, it's an hour or so.
Is it an hour, Angela?
Yeah.
Well, it kind of has to be because the man we have on tonight, he's a very busy man. He's got a busy schedule. I do have this redirected later to follow him over to K-Pop and Lockton's channel because he's going to be on with her as well. We got the great, the amazing, the talented Frank. What's going on, Frank?
Hey, what's happening?
What's going
Cheers.
on?
Happy Sunday. Happy Easter. He has risen.
He has risen.
Yes. Indeed.
He is here.
Okay, and I will continue to yell out the chat as before.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we'll say hi to them as they pop in. I said, it is Sunday.
They're probably like, "What's going on?" They're probably too not sure what's happening. Right
I was
now.
gonna say they're like, "Oh, another one? Wait, what? This is weird."
Wait.
So,
It's Groundhog's Day.
What's that? It's President's Day.
It had Groundhog's Day. Anyway, go on.
Yes. Oh no, I got you. We got you. Frank. Excuse us. We're the most professional promotional channel there is. So you should be blessed. Hashtag blessed to have it be on with us.
That was the first thought that went through my head was I am so honored to be on with such pros.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how we do it. I don't know. The fame, the fortune, it all comes. And so do we. But anyway,
we try.
Yes.
Anyway.
No, Frank, welcome. This is you've been on with Luke before. You're hitting the grounds. You're doing the thing, promoting the books and doing this fun stuff. You're not new to everything. Like you've been around the block a couple times, like Jenny. What got you into all of this? What got you into comics in general? Like, do you remember like your first comic book you bought, or do you just?
Yeah, for sure. I distinctly remember the first comic book I ever seen and held and thumbed through I was like 7 or 8 years old, and I was at the barber shop, and he had a stack of like magazines and comic books and stuff like that just to entertain people while they waited. And there was a comic there that just like had all these bright colors and stuff, and it was really cool. And I ended up thumbing through it, and I liked like the action and the bright colors and stuff, but it ended up being Speedball.
Oh, Speedball. Nice, dude.
Speedball. Yeah.
I think that's worth a bit of money now. The Speedball run, the miniseries.
I looked back just because I've been talking about it a little bit recently. I think it was like Speedball number 8. But as soon as I saw the cover, when I was like trying to remember what it was, as soon as I saw it, like it all came back. I was like, that was it right there.
Yeah, I had those. I bought those back in the 90s in my comic shop. I don't know if I can't remember when they came out. Like what year? So I don't know if I bought them as they were coming out or if I bought them, back issue wise. But yeah, I had those too. And it was funny.
This is the first time I've heard Speedball. So
he's from the New Warriors.
Yeah. I googled it. So very cool.
Nice job. Way to do your homework.
Try.
No, but I think it's funny because you're not the first person I've heard that said like either dentist or barbershop or something like that. How they had like a stack of comics laying around. Or magazines, and like a comic was in there, and they're like, "Oh wow, that's kind of cool." That's an odd one, definitely though, to grab your attention.
Yeah.
So then you're a Marvel guy, or you just dabble with everything?
Yeah, I just dabble with everything for sure. Yeah, I would say my roots are probably in Marvel, just because growing up in the 80s and 90s, like the Spider-Man, X-Men. That was all just blowing up and just huge. So those were pretty influential, especially as a kid.
And that's what you mainly collected was X-Men, Spider-Man, and stuff like that. What were some of your favorite artists, your influences?
Oh, I really liked McFarlane when he first started doing stuff. Um, and oh man, now I'm on the spot and blinking. Holy crap!
Me all
Uh,
all the time.
the Claremont run on X Men.
Oh, without a doubt.
Does it really get better than that, especially for the time frame?
It's dude. It's such a like we hear it a lot, but for a good reason. It's such an iconic story arc. You know what I mean? It's storyline and just a good run. You had Byrne and Claremont, and even like you had Paul Smith. You had some great talent working on X-Men in that day, and you still had great talent working in X-Men like in the mid to late 90s and so on and so forth. But it was just peak writing with art. That the combination was just there, and it just really it's hard to capture that again. And they've done it a couple times with other creators, but yeah, it definitely was something that was like magic, you know. And we, looking back now, really treasure it. When it was coming out then, comics were obviously, you know, if you bought a comic book, you're a total nerd and you get beat up probably back then. So, you know, now we can be like, yeah, we buy them all the time and nobody cares. But yeah, so you're you are a colorist by trade? Are you a writer also? Do you draw? Like, what is your in your arsenal?
Yeah, sure. So I would like to, I'm a colorist by trade. I've always been a creative person, like my whole life. I've always liked creating fantasy worlds, and I've played D&D forever. But even when I was a kid, I was just that kid that was like running around, you know, with my friends and just making up games about superpowers and, you know, stuff like that. And I'd always drawn as well. But my style has always been more cartooning rather than like, you know, Western comics or anything like that. But I became like this like jack of all trades, master of none scenario. And so in 2019, I sat down and I was like, man, I need to do some like self-reflection and like figure out what I actually want to do. And that's why I just sat down and just really did a lot of soul searching. And that's when I landed on like digital painting and coloring. I was like, that's what I like the best. That's the thing that triggers that comfort spot in my ADHD. I can hyper focus in and try and figure out this puzzle of color and light and shadow and all of that. And that's when I went all in as a colorist.
So whenever you're working, like, because I don't like ink spots. He'll always say, you know, he doesn't like he'll say he's not a good illustrator, but he's a painter. So like he can paint up like a monster's face or a character and like build it up that way. But he always says when it comes to illustration, he just has a hard time. Even though to me, I like it. I think he's a good illustrator, but he doesn't. So he would rather just go about what's it like. Is that what you do? Are you more of a like you do a wireframe, maybe like pencil or whatever digitally, and then you just paint, you build up until you get what you want?
Yeah, for sure. But even when it comes to like if I'm doing anything illustrating, I generally prefer pen and paper.
Nice.
And then scan it in and then do everything digitally for the color work. I ended up going digital for all my color stuff just because it just made sense from a cost perspective.
Yes.
And I was like, yeah, it's more upfront, but it's going to pay itself off quickly for the cost of like replacing.
Oh, dude, without a doubt. Like I use the P.H. Martin's liquid watercolors, and you know, one bottle of those is like $8 or so. And if you spill one, you're screwed. You're like, oh, I got to buy another one, and that's just one bottle. Like that's one color, and you know full well how many colors you can use. You know, so you're looking at hundreds and hundreds of dollars,
right?
And just the colors alone. Not counting the brushes, the paper, stuff like that.
God forbid they discontinue a line or they change the formula, or something like that. It just becomes a headache quick.
No, and it is a savior with digital as far as cost goes and stuff. And it's become almost an industry standard anyway. As far as coloring, to do it because you have the speed factor. Like you don't have to wait for paint to dry or you know anything to smear or get ruined. Especially you could do more gradients, you could do more effects. Like so, it's just become an industry standard to know how to color digitally. Like I always tell everybody, if you're going to learn to draw, learn traditional. And I still say also with coloring,
Mhm.
try to learn like maybe watercolor, colored pencil, marker,
Oh,
or something like that first.
Absolutely.
And then like acrylic paints and oils, that's a different monster, you know. So
Mhm.
but I still say learn, like, especially if you learn marker, that's a good way to learn how to build your colors,
Mhm.
and then you could translate it over digitally just fine, you know.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
what program do you use? Do you Photoshop, Rebel? What do you use?
Clip Studio.
Oh, Clip Studio. Okay, I think
Mhm.
Hockey uses that. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. It's fantastic.
Have you tried Rebel?
Never even heard of it actually.
We got it. Billy told us about it, and we got it at a discount because it came out. It was like a new update or whatever. So it's REBELLE, and I have Rebel 7, which is pretty new. I mean, and there's been a couple updates, but it mimics traditional paints and traditional colors and everything like that.
Okay.
So like it mimics like it, so it'll build like the layers with the acrylic paint, and you'll see like even the cast shadow if you build it up so much. And it's kind of like Corel Painter. I don't know if you remember. Corel.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it sounds like Corel, to where it's more like a painting simulation.
It's a simulator. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I've been using that quite a bit, and I love it. That's what I mainly use when I'm like just playing around and coloring whatever I want to color. Because if it's a comic, ink will color it usually, you know, something like that. But if I just do a sketch or something, I feel like I'll color it in that. And it's just, I don't know, the blending and everything is more organic, and I'm more comfortable with it than using.
Oh, that's awesome! I'm definitely checking it out.
Yeah, check it out, man. Like Rebel, REBELLE, and you know, it's like I said, it's a one-time purchase, so you know, it's not a subscription plan like Photoshop,
Right.
and that's or I don't think Clip Studio is it?
Not anymore. Not anymore. They went to a subscription based model. It's a little bit different, because you kind of buy it outright, and then you kind of buy packages or bundles for upgrades as it goes.
Right.
So it's a little bit of a lighter load, but for now, I don't mind it. For now.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, man. A lot of these things they get you with the like, hey, it's a one-time purchase. You buy it, then all of a sudden, well, everybody's doing subscriptions. We're going to jump into subscriptions,
Of course.
and next thing you know, you got another paid plan.
Right.
Let alone with like Netflix and Amazon and all that stuff that you're utilizing.
I get it as a business model. It makes sense, but in the long run, you're really kind of just shooting yourself in the foot, because eventually people are just going to get sick of it or not want to do it, and they'll look for an alternative.
Well, like, or you sail the high seas. I know a few people that do. You pirate a version of Photoshop, and next thing you know, you don't even have to. Dude, every update that they do, it makes it worse, even though it's supposed to make it better. So, like, I preferred Photoshop 2020. I thought that was my favorite one. Now I have the newest one, and all I do is get angry at it. A lot of people are the same way. I don't know if Clip Studio is the same.
No. So far, no. So far, they've been really good about listening to their audience, and the updates that they're doing is actually good and at the benefit of. But I imagine one day they're going to be like everybody else. They're going to get too big for their britches, and they're just going to start doing everything wrong.
Yeah. And that's the other thing, especially like when we were talking backstage. Right now, especially, and who knows how long this will last. People only have so much money, so like I know people in my family, they've cut back on a couple streaming platforms because they just can't afford it. You know, if you're saving $10 here, $20 there, it adds up. So, and going to a subscription plan, I just think, I don't know, because if you have a one-time purchase of like, even if it's like $200, all right, that's a lot of money, but then you have it forever. And if the new one comes out, it's like cell phones. Dude, I have a 2021. It works great. And I mean, you see the back of it. It's all jankied up. Like it's broken and damaged. It works fine, though. I don't see a reason to upgrade because this thing works great. Right. And but I can always choose then to upgrade later if I want. I don't have to pay it. Like, you pay for the cell phone data, but I don't have to pay for the phone anymore. It's paid off. So
yeah, for sure. And so far, Clip Studio, that's how it is. When you make that initial purchase, they don't force the updates on you. Right. But if you do want to update, you know, they do kind of do it in a weird structure that's subscription like.
Yeah. And with Rebel, like it does have updates, but you don't have to do them. Like I exited out of them because I don't want to pay for the update.
Right.
And also Photoshop, you pay monthly anyway. So you could it doesn't matter if you update it or not. Like they're going to charge you. So it doesn't matter either which way. But Oh, pardon me. I ate a little slice of pizza beforehand, so there's that professionalism coming through. I had to eat something, man. You know?
Well, yeah.
But no, yeah. So whenever you're working, what is your work procedure like? Do you listen to music? Do you have like movies on in the background? What is your procedure? What is your method?
I'd say most of the time I'm listening to music. Yeah, just kicking on some tunes in the background, or sometimes maybe even a podcast. But I have ADHD, and I know this about myself, so I try not to listen to like an audiobook or a podcast, because it'll take my brain out of what I'm doing, and I'll start focusing in on what's playing. So even when I'm listening to music, I'm listening to things that are usually a little more chill, a little more calm. I'm not rocking out to Pantera or something like that.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what do you listen to when you draw then?
yeah. A lot of time when I draw, I kind of kick on my wife's playlist. So it's a lot of like chiller stuff, a lot of like maybe some Ghost or Billie Eilish or Halsey, things that like they have a vibe to it, but I'm not really paying attention to it so much because it might not necessarily be my go-to, but it's there.
Well, and that's I'm kind of like that. That's how I am whenever I'm like doing layouts, especially. I have to put on something I've heard 1,000,001 times because I tune it out. I know what's going on, so I don't have to worry about focusing in on it. So, but if I'm doing, and you know, I can't put on a podcast and do layouts and stuff like that because my, you know, the brain that wants to, you know, structure everything is getting conflicted with listening to the podcast or the book or whatever. But if I'm cross hatching or doing like spot blacks or doing whatever, that's just mindless work, then, or autopilot work, I like to call it. Then I could put on something that could distract my brain. It usually is music anyway. I just usually like listening to music whenever I'm drawing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like if I'm doing like color flatting or something like that, I can totally split my attention. Yeah, I'm not doing much. But when it comes to like getting into the rendering and getting down to it, or I'm sitting down trying to write or something like that.
Oh, forget about it. With writing, it's got to be classical music or like something in that regard, or even silence. Sometimes I just can't have any words. If I hear words, like I'm out. Like I'm done. Like I'm not focused on it, even if I've heard it 1,000,001 times. Like I just can't do it.
For sure.
Yeah, but yeah. So you we were saying backstage before the project we're going to be talking about later. You had other works.
Yeah. I did do a children's book, a children's color and creativity book.
Awesome.
Yeah. I originally did it just to do it because it was something that I wanted to do. My son is going to be 17, and ever since he was little, I wanted to do something. Didn't know what exactly, but he's very much like I was when I was a kid, just a daydreamer and very creative. And so I was like, you know, I bet I could do like a children's coloring book or something like that, you know? So I called it Mason's Marvelous Mind, which is my son's name, Mason.
Oh, nice.
And it's kind of like a day in the life of this kid and kind of how he views the world. So he might be sitting in a classroom and he's daydreaming about his teacher being a monster. And that's the image on the page for the kid to color, is that image there. And there's a little story at the bottom that's in poem form. And then on the next page, there's a blank page with a drawing prompt in regards to that page. You know, if your teacher was a monster, what would they look like? So I really wanted it to just spark creativity and imagination, and not just be just a regular old coloring book. Like I went with like real thick paper, that way like bleed throughs at a minimal, and kids can kind of go hard on it. And it's spiral bound, so every page lays flat.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
But I put a lot of thought and consideration into the utility of it.
Do you have any more of those?
No, that was a one-off for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people come at me and go, "Hey, you should do another one. That was really fun. You know, make it a series and stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's not where my heart's at."
Well, and not just that. Like we were talking backstage, it's a lot harder to put out. Inkspot's actually worked in children's books for a while, and stuff like that. So, but it's a grind. It's harder to get. There's a lot of competition. I think there's more competition in children's books probably than in comics.
Oh, like for sure.
It's insane what's out there. So, I mean, that's a giant market. And unless you're going in through Penguin then or getting a deal with Barnes & Noble, like you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, and it is a nice thing to do and a fun little thing to put out. Like, you know, if, like you said, you have a kid, so you wanted to do it. Your
Mhm.
heart's in the right place. But if it's not your passion, also, like doing it more and more is just it's gonna become work.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I can't count how many times I'll watch a YouTube stream or something of an artist, and they'll say how much they don't like drawing, how they don't like it. This is just their job. And even John Romita Jr., he's kind of, I've heard him say like this is, and I get it. You've been working in the industry for like what, 50 years. Like
Mhm.
this is just you're a utility artist. Like you do your thing. That's your job. You're done.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you were to do that children's book thing, you might lose the love for art,
Mhm.
and that could become you. And I never want that to happen. You know.
No, yeah, same. I'm fearful of that happening. I'm very conscious about what moves I make because of that.
Well, and that's why like we had Lepresti on yesterday, and I complimented him on his cool down drawings because that shows me like he's been doing this for a long time, and that shows me he still loves doing it because he's going to sit there even after he's done working on a page or whatever. He's still going to sit there and draw later and do artwork later, and I think that keeps you fresh on your love and passion for the craft. I think once you stop doing that, especially like let's say you were working on like you were JR and like okay, I did my page, I'm robotic, it's done. Like go off and do like a I don't know, a painting, do a watercolor still life. Who cares? Like do something that kicks those fires and gets that blood going again and makes you remember, hey, I'm actually making art and comics. This is crazy cool fun. Like even if you're 70, you should like I don't think Kirby ever lost that passion.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you nailed it.
So yeah, I just think I think as long as you know that you know you don't want it to happen to you, I don't think it will.
Yeah, I don't think so. And when it came to the book, I was just going to do one book just to show it to my son as something kind of cool. Like, hey, I did this thing. What do you think?
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, I actually have kind of a product. You know, I guess I'll try and make it available to people.
Did you? Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. And then I needed the motivation to make it something bigger than myself. Right. So I ended up not working with. We didn't officially work in any capacity for legal reasons, but there's a company called Project Harmony, and this company works with children and families that are going through abuse and trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And so for every copy we sold, we donated a copy to them as well.
Oh, nice.
And we ended up donating almost $1,000 worth of copies to Project Harmony. So that was fantastic.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. So that was really cool. That was the big motivator for me since, like I said, it was a passion project for my son, but I needed it to be something bigger if I was going to try and kickstart it or put it out in the world.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask you. Did you go about like so? You just said you kickstarted it. I was going to ask. Yeah, I was going to ask you. Did you like just pay out of pocket or yeah? So yeah, but
I ended up going through Indiegogo. The campaign didn't fully fund, but I ended up like a lot of people after the fact kept hitting me up on social media, so it actually had this trickle effect, and I eventually ended up breaking even, which was
well. And that's the thing, dude. We were talking backstage again with promoting, getting out there, like doing these streams. Like word of mouth is a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's big, especially doing what we're doing with and I always call us the underground. We're the low level, like, you know, we're the rookies, we're the amateurs, we're just getting our feet wet. So we're the underground. And with people like us, we don't have that built-in audience. So we really got to hit the ground floor, and word of mouth is gigantic. So if you're watching now or you're watching on the replay, please share this out, share out Frank's social media. I have his link tree pinned to the, which thank you for having a link tree in the description below. So share that out, and all of his stuff is there. You can find a lot of his media. Please, word of mouth is big for us, and it really helps us grow as creators and gets us more content out there because we love doing this. And I'm not saying like the anyone that's a pro does it. Like there's a lot of pros that love doing this stuff. They're passionate. Like, dude, I was just watching before this is why I sent the link out a little late. I was watching Trent Kanuga, and he was going over Mike Mignola, like a master study of Mike Mignola. Dude, you could tell he was just so excited and just just anxious and happy and just like just talking about how Mike did this stuff and his layouts and his structure and, you know, his breaking in his shadows. And like, he was just like you could see the glee on his face.
Right.
That is awesome. And that's what, like, that's a pro. Like, he's a pro. He's been doing this for decades. So I'm not saying pros don't love doing what they're doing.
I'm gonna
But
say
yeah.
hi to David. Genuine Comics is in the house. So cheers, David.
yo, what's up, Genuine? Good to see
Hey.
you. Yeah. Like I said, please like and subscribe. Check Frank's stuff out. I have House Stones pinned to the top of the chat as well in the description below. So if you want to check it out, you don't want to hear what we have to say, click those links because we like to jab. I like to jabber before we show the campaigns and get to know the people, get to know what
Yeah.
makes Frank.
Called Comics and Conversation. So that's what
It
we're
is.
gonna do.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, have you watched the Superman movie at all?
I haven't caught it yet myself. No.
Okay.
Trying to find time for the whole family to get together and watch it.
Yeah, neither have I. Neither have I. Here's the thing. I know everything that's happened in it pretty much, and I'm still going to go see it. I want to judge for myself.
Darn spoilers.
I'm not going to talk about anything in it.
No, I don't care. I'm never gonna see it. Superhero fatigue.
Superhero fatigue is a thing, but
exists.
I want to go see it. I think it looks fun either way, no matter
Mhm.
what I've heard
Yeah.
about it. But to me, what I've heard, a lot of the younger people really like it.
Oh, good.
That's what
Okay.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Good. Like, yeah, they don't know the whole mythos of Superman or like, his morality maybe of his past. So to them, this is their Superman.
Mm-hmm.
If the dude, have you done any like conventions or like any small cons or anything like that lately?
Yeah. Mhm.
Because whenever you're doing it, to me, there's nothing better than when you get like a teenage kid or like a younger person coming through and they're flipping your stuff. Like they get excited, like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I love Spider-Man. I love this. Or they're talking about, hey, I want to make my own book. Like,
Right.
dude, there's nothing better than that.
No. Those are the kids that I'm giving all the free stuff to. 100%.
Dude, it was a free comic book day one year. I even did like a quick drawing of Spider-Man, like a coloring book style drawing of Spider-Man, no
Mhm.
detail. And I printed it up on just, copy paper. And I had just stacks of them. I gave them to little kids as they came by. Like they didn't have to buy anything.
Yeah.
But, to me, comics it's not a dead medium at all. It'll never
No.
die, but
No.
it has suffered a little bit. So, get them while they're young. So yeah, handing out a little thing there, or like, if you have a younger person that's interested, I think it's great. And like I said, with the Superman thing, if kids are liking it, hey, maybe that'll spark a couple of them to go buy a Superman book or
Right.
go investigate things. And that's where then they can, now I don't know the age demographic for Hellstones, but Frog G, is something maybe they could pick up or something like that later on, or even now. Because on my first book, Absolute, I even had parents say, "Is this good for kids?" I'm like, "Hey, you may not want some of them."
Yeah.
So yeah, were you thinking about that when you were making your current project? Were you thinking about an age demographic, or are you just like, I want to do this?
Yeah, it's definitely a mature audience for sure.
Mm.
The prologue book that's out right now that I'm kickstarting right now isn't. It's very chill. It's just kind of introductory. I mean, it's a prologue. It's doing what it's supposed to do. But the next book, because it is an action series, supernatural action series, and you don't quite get that feel necessarily from the prologue because there's not really much action in it. But the next book opens in the jungles of Brazil with mercenaries hunting down Sam, the main character, and there's just violence and bloodshed. Like, right.
Oh my
Fun
gosh.
stuff. So would you maybe compare it to like The Craft as far as like age limits go? Because The Craft was as far as supernatural elements go,
Sure.
because like maybe not supernatural the show, but because that show you could be 13, 14 and watch that. So
Yeah.
I think I'm not a parent there, so I don't know.
Right.
That's what Inkspots and I always say. Like Frog G, like the first book anyway. We don't say it anymore, but the first book we're like it's all ages, and I would be like, well, keep in mind neither of us have kids, so
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing with a lot of medium, though. It'll start out for kids, and then like by the second and third, they kind of always like to like try to just reach that line where it's questionable. Anyway, it's interesting. Yeah, and Haldier's in the house too. Cheers, Haldier.
Oh, we got Haldir. Welcome, Haldir. No,
Yeah.
Angela, you're not wrong. Like Spider-Man. Spider-Man in the 60s and 70s, very kid-friendly, the TV show, Spider-Man, superhero friends, stuff like that. Now, if you look at Spider-Man Torment,
Well,
What's that?
Sam Raimi movies too, weren't they a little bit like that? Like by the end, it got a little bit more.
I don't know about the Sam Raimi
I
movie.
didn't see the third one, so I'm
Third
not
one
one. But
sucked.
to me, it looked like So I guess
What did you
that
think of the third
bad
one, Frank?
example. Bad
No,
example.
no, not for me.
But if you look at Spider-Man as McFarlane's Torment, like
Yeah.
very, there's a lot of violence in that.
It's
very
gritty.
horrific. It's gritty.
Yeah,
But that's what I'm sure that you also grew up with Image Comics, right?
absolutely.
Yeah. What were some of your favorites?
I loved early Spawn. I
Yep.
really loved early Spawn. I still have a Spawn #1 sitting in my cubicle at work.
I would hope so.
up on my
Everybody
wall.
should have a Spawn #1 somewhere.
Well, I think everyone probably does. They might not even know they do. You probably don't even know what a comic book is, but you probably have a Spawn #1.
Probably have a Spawn #1. Dude, and that's what's funny, man. Like people will sell it now for like $30 or $40. I'm like, everyone has it. I'm like, why are you selling it? I could see if it's the newsstand version. That's a little more rare because getting them in 7-Eleven is a lot harder. Than getting them and anything having that newsstand. Then maybe $30-$40 for a newsstand, but yeah, it's like Youngblood #1. It's like everyone has it. Like comics were culture in the early 90s with Image coming out. Like it just was. And it's kind of like how it is now almost. But
yeah, for sure. I mean, all the Image guys shook the industry. I mean, they were in print as being the bad boys of the comic book industry, which is wild to even just say that sentence, especially back then.
Yeah, like okay, when you say bad boys of comics, I'm gonna think of Simon Bisley. You know what I mean? Like he's drinking hard, partying hard, like he's a biker. That's a bad boy in comics. Like, but yeah, no, I love the. So Spawn was one of your favorites. So you geared more towards like the well, it makes sense, especially with Hellstones. Spawn is very supernatural. It has those elements to it. And is that something that influenced you as far as wanting to make a comic like the supernatural thing? Are you more into that? Or are you kind of like the superhero stuff too?
Well, no, I intentionally didn't want to do the the capes and spandex thing. I didn't want to make a superhero book. There's nothing wrong with that, and I'm not worried about the superhero fatigue that many people are expressing about. I just wanted to do something that I genuinely had an interest in, and I'm a product of the 80s. So in the 80s, you had like high fantasy was very big in pop culture.
Well, like you mentioned, you played D&D.
Yeah. And I grew up in a time with where horror movies were really popping off. So I've always been around the supernatural stuff, and it just made sense to me that I would lean into something a little more of that.
What are some of your favorite horror movies?
So my favorite horror movie, right back here, there's Freddy Krueger. We have Pinhead from Hellraiser.
Nice, yeah.
Those were the big ones for me.
Pinhead, nice.
But I also liked Full Moon Entertainment. They did like Puppet Master, Subspace.
Oh, okay.
Dollhouse, like all of that stuff was always great. Ghoulies.
Ghoulies.
I really like trauma films like Toxic Avenger and Romeo and Juliet and stuff like that.
Are you going to see the Peter Dinklage Toxic Avenger when it comes out?
Yeah. Whether I want to or not, I have to.
Whether I want to or not, I'm forcing myself to see this.
I'm going to have to.
True. You're going to have to. Yeah. No, you know what? And I agree with that. It's the curiosity is peaked so much. Yeah. You kind of have to watch that. Yeah. My comic shop owner guy kind of makes fun of me all the time because at one point I even said I'm not that much into horror. And he jokes about it all the time. He's like, "Oh, because you're such a big horror fan." It's like I've actually seen more horror movies than he thinks. The reason why I say that is because for one, my vision sucks, and horror movies tend to be very like dark and like if you do a jump scare, it like I see it later. Like so, all that I hear is the noise, like boom. I'm like, okay, what just happened? I don't even know what's going on. So like, but that's why I'm not as much into horror because I can't really see it. Like horror is a very visual thing, you know.
For sure.
I mean? So and like my one friend, she makes fun of me because I haven't seen the original. I haven't seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre. the original, and I've been meaning to. But I like Alien. That's like my as far as horror movie goes.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably one of my favorites, but that's also more of a monster movie.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
It's horrific. I will say that. I mean, anything that basically like pops out of someone's chest and I'm using that lightly. It's more graphic than that. I mean, that's
It's a
horrific.
horror movie, but it is a
Yeah.
monster movie. There's a giant monster
Okay.
in it. Well, Billy recently watched all the Aliens movies. Now he's on the Predator ones, and
Huh.
I love Predator.
Same.
Oh, dude, Predator's so dope. Predator's cool, especially the first one, mainly because it's an action movie turns into a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like it's a very unique. Like it's not like you're not going to win an Academy Award for that thing, but it's a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
So
I rewatched the first one just a couple of years ago, and I was shocked on how well it held up.
Dude.
I was like, man, this thing still kicks ass.
And that's what Billy's been doing. He's been watching the Predator movies, and he watched it. He even said that same thing. He's like, it still holds up. And he said, now he's talking more about technologically as far as like, so he's like, there was a couple moments like where the Predator is invisible, like there's a glitch here or there, but it's aside from that, like, and that's very nitpicking it. And he was doing that on purpose, obviously.
Sure, of course.
And that to me is a time of the age of effects. Like there's nothing they could do about that. So to me, that movie totally holds up. It's like Alien 1 totally holds up. The first Alien movie totally holds up. You can watch that constantly and it still looks fantastic. Maybe you can catch a wire here or there, but aside from that, it holds up. And there's something about, like we talked about digital painting and stuff like that. There's something about the physical media, like Luke always says, physical media. But there's something about the physical properties of something, the real, like using puppets and animatronics and stuff. That's way better than just like you can make it look fantastic with graphics and digital, just like with painting, and you can mimic it even. Like I tell this all the time on these streams. When I'm drawing traditionally, there's more of a connection there. Like it just is. I can mimic my style digitally all day, every day, and it can make it look like the first Absolute book was all digital, and I was promoting it on Frega's stream whenever everything was fine back then, and he didn't even know it was digital. He's like, I thought this was all traditional work because I mimicked my style, but there's still a connection that gets lost. So whenever you're watching a movie and you have all these effects going on and stuff, it looks dope. But there's something that, like, if you have squibs going off that like just, and then you have like explosions that actually happen off in the distance, it looks cooler. I don't know what it is.
So some of the best movies actually blend practical effects and digital effects. They're just trying to marry the two to make the overall piece as good as it can be, rather than fully leaning one way or another. And that's what I like to see. I mean, things like, Avatar, where they're just like, we're going all CG, we're going to make it as good as we can. That's great. That's wonderful. It pushes the technology, whatever. But really, if just a good movie that blends the two is going to win out more often than not.
Oh, without a doubt. What's that?
Ink says Ink's in the chat, and he's saying you only like real life murder.
That checks out.
Hey, Link Spots.
What's up, Ink? No, he's right. But anyway, what you're talking about, Frank, probably one of the best examples of marrying the two is Jurassic Park, the first one. Like that was how it should be done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, without a doubt, you should use as many practical effects as you can. And when you just can't, and you want to capture that scene perfectly, go digital. It makes the viewer think it's actually happening at that point because they saw the physical object. Yeah. So
most of that still holds up 30 years later.
Jurassic Park 1. If you watch Jurassic Park 1 now, and then you watch the newest Jurassic Park, I don't care about like plot, storyline, acting, whatever. If you just watch it, that first one will look way better and hold up way more.
You're not wrong.
You're going to enjoy it a lot more. And
that first one still gets me.
The first one's so good.
Yeah. I mean, it'll end and I'm like, what just happened? Like, I'm literally, this time goes so fast because like literally you're like, watch, like, it's just so intense. It's great.
Yeah, and from what I heard, the newest one is not good. from
Yeah.
everyone I've heard. The newest one
Heartbreak.
is
Yeah.
not good. But yeah, no, you're not wrong, and that's why I work the way I work. Also, I try to do as much traditional work as I can, but when the time calls for it, I go digital. Just like with you, like you're working traditionally if you're like inking something or penciling something, and then you're going to scan it in and then go the digital route because you know how to marry the two. You know what works for you, and I like talking traditional versus digital mainly because of that feel. And a lot of people view digital as a cheat method. And I think more or less what they're probably talking about is AI, and they get confused. Like when they hear Photoshop, they think, oh, it's AI. It's like, well, no, Photoshop is a digital format of or even like, Clip Studio or Rebel. It's just a digital format of the tools at hand. That's all. Like you're not typing in a prompt.
And I'm actually, I'm sorry, go ahead, Angela.
No, you go ahead. You're the experts. You go first, and then if
We are.
I was just gonna say, I've also noticed that a lot of the time when people are talking about that and trying to have those conversations or arguments, a lot of the time it's coming from people that don't know what the hell they're talking about. Because a lot of the time they're gonna be like, oh, you had to draw that using reference. You're not a master. And it's like, that's not reality. Reality is if you're not using reference, even if you are a master of your art, then you're an idiot. Dude, you should be using reference.
Look at Frazetta. Frazetta was his reference. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, all those people used reference. Even the classic painters, Da Vinci and Michelangelo, they had reference. Like they weren't just painting these things off the top of their head, and like they actually had people that would pose, or they would do a study real quick of the pose of the person, and then use that as their reference.
Right.
Use reference.
It's that same mentality that spills over to the digital painting and digital color work. Is like, oh, you have an undo button. Oh, you can control opacity. So there's no way you can be a master at color theory or whatever. And it's like you're talking out your ass.
Cranberry says that I've seen some great digital art, although physical media hits differently.
It does.
It does. And unfortunately,
kind of like what Aaron was saying yesterday when he was on with us. So
yeah, unfortunately, being a digital artist means that I'll also never have any originals to sell.
That's what Aaron brought up too, and I agree.
That's such a bummer, but it is what it is.
Well, if yes and no, if you're let's say you're drawing and coloring the book, if you're drawing your traditional pencils, you have those to sell. So people still want stuff like that. Like I'm a fan, like I showed of sketchbooks, and just I'm a huge fan of the underlying work of process and stuff like that. I love it. There's an artist named Derek Hess. I talk about him all the time. His finished work looks like under drawings and stuff like that. Like it's beautiful. It's fantastic. And I love that stuff because that's the working of your brain. That's how you lay structure out, how you lay out form and design and what, if you're using shape to make the image like a triangle for something. I love that stuff, man. And I think if you're drawing something and then scanning it in, keep the drawings, keep all that stuff, because you could sell that. I mean, it may not go for $4,000 per page because it's just, but even if it goes for like $40, $60, that's more money that you just made on your campaign or even in your wallet that you sold on your website. So I love, or you can even scan them all in and then make a behind the scenes sketchbook. Use everything in your advantage. I say, like Rick Saylor's been bugging me to do an art book, and I'm like, I'll get to it one day. Inkspot's and I have plans, but
yes, you do.
But needless to say, Frank, you're having traditional things is cool. Do you do like any traditional, like for fun? Like will you do like a watercolor painting or an acrylic painting, or are you just too busy?
Really, I'm too busy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still have all my supplies. I also like doing a lot of spray painting and stuff like that.
Ooh, nice.
I actually have a booth in my garage that looks like a kill room, just because it's all like plasticed off and everything, so I can spray paint in the garage. But
nice.
I just you do airbrushing and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Nice. Yeah. I tried to do airbrushing, but my depth perception got too bad, and I couldn't mess with it anymore. But I love airbrushing. That's what Giger did. Giger did a lot of airbrushing. Yeah. So, and I don't know. I just Preston Acevedo, he airbrushing. Like he's done a lot of airbrushing stuff. So you can do a lot of cool effects and stuff with airbrush, and it's so dope. But yeah, and you're not wrong, dude. time. There's only so much time in the day, and if you're working full time, if you got a family also, and then you got a second job, which is essentially this, there's no time to do like I'm going to do a painting today, you know. Yeah,
for sure.
So, and it's like I used to do, I still do them kind of, but these free flow pieces where I would just sit down for hours and just pen and ink, no underdrawing. I would just draw.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would come back the next day for a few hours. I would just sit there and just slowly noodle away. Slowly also. I wouldn't like go too quickly or anything. I would like actually take more time at these. And it just takes too long. I don't have the time to do it. I mean, I like working big. They would either be 11 by 17 or 18 by 24. And I just can't do them anymore. But dude, the comics, I love them. They take up a lot of time though.
Yeah.
KSSS says hello to you, asking where your glove is. And Carol, enjoy your pizza.
Carol, enjoy your pizza. Kay's, my gloves are over there.
Check out this project as you enjoy your pizza as well.
Yes, I'll click the link in the top of the chat. We're gonna,
we're the link. So sorry, this has just been
Angela. Come on now, Kay. I'm not drawing right now, Kay, so I don't have a glove. Or I also had the glove on during Heroes Con and stuff because whenever I'm like doing things, it's just easier for me for grip. So, like if I'm handling money or anything with paper, I could grip it better. The gloves work. Yeah. But I
thought it was to keep your hands clean, but what do I know?
That's okay. There's many reasons why I do things that people will never know about. But you know what?
Oh.
There's many reasons to check this out.
The world is broken. Greed and fanaticism have fractured everything we know. And at the heart of this chaos are ancient relics. Hellstones. They grant incredible powers, but always at a price. I've spent my life trying to stay out of sight. But now I'm caught between ruthless megacorporations and deadly cults, each desperate to control the Hellstones. The Hellstones unlock something ancient, something none of them understand. But they want them anyway, and they'll kill to get them. This fight isn't one I chose, but it's mine now. Every step pulls me deeper into the darkness. I'm starting to wonder, how much of myself am I willing to lose to protect these stones? My name is Sam. And if they want the world, they'll have to go through me.
Yeah.
Wow. What is going to happen? That's crazy. I kind of like that.
Who did the trailer?
Me.
Yeah.
Oh, good job, man. Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you got the things moving in there. I like that. I like those kind of trailers. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about animation, but I know more than your average person. I know how to throw a couple keyframes in there and do some in-betweens.
There you go. Nice. That's what's important. I learned animation a little because I went to college initially for animation, and then I switched over to illustration. So I learned old school, like taking the photo of each thing. And,
yeah,
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Time consuming, but fun. So, dude, tell me about Hellstones. What's the 411, the elevator pitch, the spiel?
Yeah. So, Hellstones is a gritty supernatural action series that explores power, corruption, and what it costs to do the right thing when the world's burning down around you. How much someone is willing to sacrifice of themselves and their morality for what they believe to be the greater good.
Nice. You got that down. Yeah. I like it. That's how you do it, people.
That was a good elevator pitch.
If you have a project out there, know the book. Have an elevator pitch, ink spots.
Legit.
No, yeah, no, I love it. It's fantastic. So it's supernatural books, supernatural elements. Are you going to go into like angels and demons, or are you just talking about like swords and sorcery? Well, obviously not swords, but stuff like that.
Yeah, more along the angels and demons sort of.
Nice.
The Hellstones themselves are ancient relics that came about. Well, let's take it back. At the dawn of time, you had Michael and Lucifer fighting in heaven, and Michael clips the wings of Lucifer and casts him out of heaven. His wings then are floating through the void of space and time, slowly decaying and fossilizing. Those fossils land on Earth, and those are the Hellstones.
Wow. That's crazy.
Cool. I like that. That's a great concept, man.
Me too.
Yes. How long have you been developing this?
I started writing it. I wrote a one-pager back in 2015.
Oh, wow.
I was working at a desk job, and like I said, I've always been a creative person. And I was having a slow day at work, and I was like, I'm just going to do a little creative writing. And I wrote a little one-pager that ultimately ended up becoming Hellstones 10 years later.
Nice. So it's been in your head. It's been developing pretty much for that time frame. That's dope. I like.
Yeah, I put it down, forget about it for a year, come back to it, never really knowing what I was going to do with it. And then getting into the indie scene through being a colorist and learning what it takes to put a story together in a comic book format, I was like, now's the time. I know what I'm going to do with this story.
So are you the whole creative team?
I did everything on this except for the line art.
Who did the line art?
His name is Epilose Poe.
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay.
Cool.
His name's probably in the campaign somewhere if you want to look that up. And
Yep, it absolutely
spelling for it. Hey, man. I mean, I'm sure people misspell. Dude, people misspell my last name. They misspell Basco. I still do, and I'm friends with Billy. So, no, really dope, really cool. You've been developing this for a long time. How many pages is this?
So the prologue book that we're looking at here is short. It's a total of 8 pages plus like 4 or 5 bonus pages. So like some behind the scenes art, pencil art, some lore. I also included the original one pager that I wrote in 2015.
Oh, cool.
I thought it would be cool just to show people where it all started.
No, that's dope. That's smart of you to do. I like that. It gives people, like you said, it shows people where this is the groundwork. And this is what I was talking about. I love stuff like that. I love seeing the groundwork. I love seeing, because the way I work also is a lot of stuff I develop on the comic page itself. So there's not too many like character designs or stuff like that I have. That's why I like seeing it, because I like seeing how other people work in the process. So if you had a 1-page story or a 1-page concept workup, I want to see it because I'm like, oh, this is how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
Nice. So you have tchotchkes, you have stretch goals. What is this?
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking at stretch goals right now. So we did hit the first set of stretch goals, which is great. So it's some digital package stuff, some nice. Digital wallpapers. I actually put together 3 tracks, three musical tracks. So there's the music in the trailer. There's an extended cut of that plus 2 bonus tracks.
Wow.
Just to kind of fit the vibe as you're reading the book, kind of thing.
Nice. That's cool. So you're a musician as well?
I am a musician as well.
Well, you just play everything? What do you do?
I play a little bit of everything. Primarily, I'm a drummer, though.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Without them, you can't keep a beat. So
that's right.
No rhythm without a drummer. So,
but yeah, Hellstones is a 12-book series.
I was going to ask how many. Nice.
Yep, I've written everything out already. Everything's already scripted and laid out. I'm actually working on storyboarding book 1 right now. We're rolling right into that one.
Nice. So whenever you're working, you're doing the storyboarding and stuff like that, and he'll come in then and follow your storyboards.
Yep, exactly.
Nice. And as far as the the workflow goes, does he adhere to those storyboards, or do you give him a little bit of structure and freedom to just be like, hey, if you want to change the angle of this, or
absolutely. I absolutely give him freedom and flexibility, because art's an expression, and he should be able to feel free to express himself as well, as long as it's not too far off of where I was headed. Right.
Yeah. And that's like Inkspots and I pretty much work like we just let each other go and have fun. You got to have fun doing this.
Yeah.
If you start butting heads too much, it makes it a chore. And you kind of can't, you're not going to get any. We've seen a lot of projects end because of headbutting and just conflicts, and you got to be flexible. Now, but this is your baby, right? This is your IP. Mm-hmm. You own the whole kit and caboodle.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Excellent.
So you're the boss. What do you say goes is winner, and he has to do it.
You're damn right.
That's right. Nice. And so, like you said, you've obviously reached your funding goal. Where are we at here? There we go. And you have how many days left?
We're looking at 11 days left. We're going
11
to
days
the 31st of July here. I guess technically like 8 a.m. August 1st, but July 31st.
Nice. Yeah. No, it's I like it. And with a week to go, you can still back it. You got time, which is nice. Now, are you going to put it in late backers? Are you going to do that?
I'm not.
No. So you got to get it now, people.
That's right.
Back it now. Back it now. We want this to get back now. Right now during the stream, do it.
That's
There's no
right.
other
No
time.
way
You can't
back.
do it any other.
We're moving fast. I want to get right into the next one. I don't want to worry about stragglers. I might have copies at conventions or something like that, but
Definitely.
This is the guarantee. If you want the copy, you got to back it.
Well, and that's what we've been doing. Like we overprinted obviously for cons and stuff, but if you want the book, you either see us at a convention or you get the catch up tier. Like
Yep.
Like you can DM us and be like, you kind of have to wait. So get in on the ground floor now. That way you don't have to. Plus, this is ending after the stream. You can't back it ever again. So you want to get it now. I'm just kidding. It's not ending.
No, it's only $9. I was trying to.
I was going to say we're going to go over.
The price point.
Tiers here. I'm not used to Kickstarter. Plus, my magnifier is messing me up. I'm turning you off. Magnifier. You suck at life. All right. So what's this one here? What's this tier here, Frank?
That's the digital tier. It's just a digital copy of the book.
There you go. Cool. So if you live in Australia land or North
Canada
Korea,
land.
Yeah, if you live in North Korea, there you go. You can't back that because you have no electricity. But what? No, that's a digital tier. Got that. So this is the book.
Frank? Absolutely. Yeah, that's the physical copy of the book right there. Yep, absolutely. Nice. $9. Digital tier is $4.
And you said it's a 8-page story, but how many pages total are in 12. Okay, that's good price point. Nice.
I was gonna say,
yeah, and obviously fully colored because you're the colorist.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely.
And what's this tier here?
And that's actually just a signed copy of the book.
Oh,
for the same price, $9.
Dude, that's not a bad idea. Not everybody wants it signed.
Yeah.
So it's good to do. Yeah. I advise people to do stuff like that. And some platforms in the tier itself, you could select whether or not it's signed. But this is an easy way also for whenever you go for fulfillment. You don't have to click drop downs. You can just be like, oh, they got the signed one. Nice. That's smart to do. What's this one?
That one there. That is the Hellbound Patron. That's limited edition. I'm only doing 10 of those just because it is such a large package. But I'm offering a live Q&A, one-on-one Q&A session with me to talk about the creative process or whatever you want to talk about for an hour. Just hang out, talk, whatever you want to know. It's also going to have a signed copy of the book as well as a special thank you credit in the book as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so you can even get some drawing, painting, coloring, music tips. You can get some lessons.
Absolutely.
There you go. Yeah, pick that one up. What's this guy?
That one's a retailer bundle. So
okay, nice.
That's 15 books at a discount price for retailers.
No, it's always smart to have a retailer perk in a campaign. We sell them. We sell at least one or two on every campaign. So yeah, it's good to do because we especially know people who like to give them to their local shops. Like they'll buy it, then they'll go to the LCS and they'll be like, "Hey, put this up." And yeah, dude, it's smart to have. I like that. So especially what's good about the retailer bundle, if you're listening out there in Australia land, you can back that, and then your friends can then read your book, and they can give you $9, and they can go in on it. So
there you go.
That's what I know a few people did over in the motherland of England. They backed the retailer bundle, and then they would just because they knew people that wanted it. So yeah, that's a good thing to do. I like the retailer perk. Great campaign, dude. Great price point. Fantastic story concept. This is a way to get your whistle wet. Get your feet in there and get to know the landscape and the story and what you got planned. So a nice little way also to test the waters to see interest in your IP, which people are interested. So
absolutely, yeah, I'm loving it. Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you all for the support. Go back it if you haven't.
go back it.
Yeah.
No, not only that, if you can't back it, hey, times are tough. I know. Hey, you're like, oh, it's not enough. Yeah, times are tough. So share it out, though. Share this campaign out. You don't even have to share this stream out, although I would want the watch hours. Share the campaign out. Get it out there. Let people see it. Like I said, word of mouth is big in the underground. So please share out the campaign. Link is pinned to the top of the chat and in the description below. So share it out. Let your friends know. Like if you are into the supernatural, you're into like, you know, the demons and angels, and you like the lore of all of it. Even if you're not religious, you don't have to be. So check it out. Go get it. Share it. Live it. Laugh it. Love it. You got another stream coming up, my friend.
I do. I'm late.
You're not late.
Yeah. What time does the stream start?
5 o'clock.
No, that's
My time.
Well, it's 7 o'clock.
What was that?
Doesn't it start at 7 p.m.?
Let me double check.
Are you what's your time zone?
Central.
Oh, you're central, yeah. So yeah, it is 5 o'clock there.
Yep.
Oh, get out of here.
I've got to rock and roll.
All right,
Yay.
go. No, we'll
Thanks,
finish
thanks
up.
so
Oh, wait, before you go, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Yeah.
Teleportation.
Get out of here, my friend.
All right,
Anyway,
thanks, guys.
thanks for
Yeah, have
joining
fun
us.
with K-pop.
All right.
There
Take care.
you go, Angela.
That was
We
great.
couldn't ask for any last questions in the chat, unfortunately. I thought he went on K-pop at 7.
Well, yeah, the time zones can make it rough. So
Yeah, so that was my bad. My apologies, K-pop.
It's okay.
This will redirect everybody over there, though. So,
Yay.
yeah,
Good
so I'm going to...
thanks for everyone joining us today. Yeah, we'll be here next week.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us today. We'll be here next week. Next week, I can't remember who we have, but we have somebody.
Chris Fisk is
Chris Fisk will be on next week with
on Sunday.
Eudaimonia. Not Eudaimonia. What does he have? He
I
has a
don't
project that we're going to find out
Yes,
about.
the book.
Go support Frank, though. Please get in on the ground floor with that. Share it out. Angela, thank you so much for hosting. Thank you to the chat for
Yay.
coming out.
Glad we
I know
got to do this.
people came in late, but they came in, and we appreciate you
They
for
did.
that. I'm going to hit this
Thank you for
button
your
here.
support. Cheers.
Goodbye, Chocolate Mousse. I'll never forget you. Goodbye, Ducroix. Take care of yourself. Goodbye, Deja Vu. I'll always remember you. And I'll miss you most of all, Scarecrow.